Hey guys, welcome back. I'm KJ-Rias. Today, we're just going to be talking about very beginner fills. Some of you advanced guys out there may want to skip this one, but for you beginners out there, recently I was asked by a fan, how do you even know when to start a fill? See, here I am giving lessons with the presumption that everybody kind of knows these things, but you have to consider that some people, when they're just starting out, you don't really know when you're supposed to start it, like how you're supposed to be counting it, all these things. But that's what this lesson is for. So what we're going to do today is we're going to just go over some very simple, like, your very simple first beat, which is just kind of like, we're keeping this very light, very simple. So let's get right into it. Basically, what I'm going to show you today is when to start two different lengths of fills for you beginners out there. It's going to be what's known as 16th notes. 16th note is 16 strokes that fill up one measure, or actually one bar, sorry. And what we're going to do, this is my little tip that I'm going to give to you. I'm looking at you, Christian. Hey, buddy. We're going to do two different lengths of fills, okay? The first one is going to be 4 strokes, 5 if you consider the ending stroke that will be either on the cymbal or hi-hat, wherever, like kind of where you put the bass drum, and that's the end of your fill, that ksh sound. Okay, cool, fill's done, you did it. If you count that as one of the strokes, it's 5. If you don't, then it's 4 strokes. That's going to be the first fill that we do. And the second one we're going to do is going to be 8 strokes, 9 if you consider the ending. Anyway, so how do you do this? It's very simple. Here's how we're going to do. This is what this exercise is going to be. We're going to be playing that very simple, like your first drum beat ever drum beat. And we're going to be counting. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So on your 4 count, that's when you're going to start your 4-stroke fill. Okay? And then let's just start there. Tell you what, let's just start with the 4-stroke fill. Follow me on this one. We're going to do it really slow at 100 beats per minute, and I'm going to count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my point? So when you're doing this, your short fills, like if you just want to do something to accent, but quickly, you start it on the 4 count, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when the 1 comes back around, that's when you're back into your beat, okay? Always remember to start your beat back on the 1, unless you're doing a completely different kind of fill that I'm teaching you right this moment. You always end on the 1 for this exercise, okay? Be back here, back at your beat. All right, next, for the 8-stroke fill that we're going to be doing, it'll sound like this. So what we're doing there, as compared to the first one that starts on the 4, this one is going to start on the 3, okay? So follow along with me. I'm going to keep it at 100 beats per minute. Play along at home. Have fun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See? So the length of the first one starts on the 4 count. That's how you know when to start it. And this one we just did starts on the 3 count. These are just two different types of lengths of fills based on how many strokes you're going to be doing. This is all very simple stuff. Like, it can get way more complicated, and I'm just doing the strokes on the snare. What I'm going to do towards the end of the exercise is I'm just going to kind of move it around the kit a little bit and maybe show you where this can go. Very simple. It doesn't require any of your bass drum. You don't have to be proficient with that. That's not what this lesson is about. This is just starting a fill and where to end it, okay? You'll all be experts by the end of this. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to do an exercise, the one you saw in the intro of this video, to where it's just going to be varying from the 4-stroke back to the 8-stroke. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4-stroke fill, 1, 2, 8-stroke fill, 8-stroke fill, 1, 2, 3, 4-stroke fill, 1, 2, 8-stroke fill, 8-stroke fill. Stroke fill, yes, that's a word now. Anyway, so follow along with me. I'm going to start off with just on the snare, and this is just practice for when to start fills. Okay, let's go. See, so hopefully that was able to help some of you guys that weren't really sure when to start a fill. There are all different kinds of timings that you could be doing. This is just an intro to a very simple one. So take this and use this idea as like where to go with other kind of timings. This one, we're just focusing on the simple kind of like 4/4 timing, and we'll focus on other timings in other videos. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. For this and plenty more lessons just like it, head on over to KJ-Rias.com and create a free account and check out some of the free videos that we have to offer exclusively at KJ-Rias.com. Thanks again, and keep playing.